Akandamandalakaram Vyaktamyena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanati Vihandasya Jnanajana Shalayakaya Chakshuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yat Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Bhavaji Vyati Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virajita Parambujaha Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjana Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samarudha Tattvamala Vibhushita Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprapta Dharma Bandha Vidayine Atma Dhyana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindhusha Jnapanam Sara Sampadaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guru Radhikam Tattva Na Guru Radhikam Tapaha Tattva Jnana Parannasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mahatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhiranadhischa Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidyam Tvameva Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarva Mama Deva Deva. Gurudeva, 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 Charana Namostute Gurudeva. Charana Namo अवतरशिशाय नमः ॐ विषमाय नमः ॐ दिवकरे समुजताय नमः ॐ सूक्ष्मतनवे नमः ॐ चिन्मयाय नमः ॐ गुरुमूर्तये नमः ॐ सुन्दराय नमः ॐ सुलोचनाय नमः ॐ सुमुखाय नमः ॐ चर्वसाय नमः ॐ केशवाय नमः ॐ पद्मभुजाय नमः ॐ मन्दगमनाय नमः ॐ चिरम्बरधरिणे नमः ॐ रमाय नमः ॐ मजिरस्तपकाय नमः ॐ श्रीजीववर्षकाय नमः ॐ गायत्री अज्मने नमः ॐ अर्पणस्वीकारकाय नमः ॐ विष्णुपूजकाय नमः ॐ नमो नारायणेति मन्त्रोपासकाय नमः ॐ स्वरमयाय नमः ॐ मधुरकण्ठाय नमः ॐ कृष्णसङ्कीर्तनलोलुपाय नमः ॐ सूत्रप्रियाय नमः ॐ मितवर्षिणे नमः ॐ पद्मिने नमः ॐ शीतकालविशरदाय नमः ॐ व्रतधराय नमः ॐ सदवे नमः ॐ जगत्पन्थाय नमः ॐ सर्वलोकहिताय नमः ॐ भक्तप्रियाय नमः ॐ सुहृदाय नमः ॐ अनुकूलाय नमः ॐ ज्ञेयाय नमः ॐ सुदर्शनाय नमः ॐ भक्तवत्सलाय नमः ॐ प्रेममूर्तये नमः ॐ सुभीक्षणाय नमः ॐ प्रीतिवर्धनाय नमः ॐ स्वस्तिदायकाय नमः ॐ तारकाय नमः ॐ अनुग्रहाय नमः ॐ वर्धनाय नमः ॐ अर्चिताय नमः ॐ वर्ताय नमः ॐ सिद्धिप्रदाय नमः ॐ जनार्दनाय नमः ॐ मनोहराय नमः ॐ महाक्षाय नमः ॐ सिद्धेश्वराय नमः ॐ भस्मभूषिताय नमः ॐ आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः ॐ लिङ्गेश्वरप्रसाकाय नमः ॐ सिद्धिसदनाय नमः ॐ माधवाय नमः ॐ ओंकारोपासकाय नमः ॐ सूक्ष्माय नमः ॐ विश्वकाय नमः ॐ सात्विकाय नमः ॐ समदर्शिने नमः ॐ दक्षाय नमः ॐ अचिन्त्याय नमः ॐ निरङ्काराय नमः ॐ निर्मोहाय नमः ॐ अव्यग्राय नमः ॐ चित्तक्रोधाय नमः ॐ विनयशीलाय नमः ॐ सोमशाय नमः ॐ कुशलाय नमः ॐ क्षमाय नमः ॐ सत्यधर्माय नमः ॐ निर्विकल्पाय नमः ॐ विरक्ताय नमः ॐ अचिन्द्राय नमः ॐ सत्यसन्धाय नमः ॐ पवित्राय नमः ॐ मधुरस्वभावाय नमः ॐ सुरनन्दाय नमः ॐ नन्दनाय नमः ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः ॐ भक्तनिधये नमः ॐ साक्षये नमः ॐ सदैवये नमः ॐ सदयोगिने नमः ॐ हरये नमः ॐ सुतपाय नमः ॐ सौम्याय नमः ॐ गुह्याय नमः ॐ विमुक्तात्माय नमः ॐ कबीराय नमः ॐ गुप्ताय नमः ॐ आत्मरमाय नमः ॐ श्रीनिवासाय नमः ॐ देवाय नमः ॐ द्युतिधराय नमः ॐ धन्याय नमः ॐ गुरवे नमः ॐ दुरतिक्रमाय नमः ॐ गहनाय नमः ॐ भगवते नमः ॐ हरिशरणमार्गदर्शकाय नमः ॐ कुटस्थजगत्तकाय नमः ॐ अभिप्रायाय नमः ॐ सर्वमतसमत्याय नमः ॐ क्षमैकतभावर्धकाय नमः ॐ प्रेमावतार श्री विश्वानंद स्वामिने नमः। अतो दिवा अवन्तुनो यतो विष्णु विचारमे पृथिव्या सप्तधामपि इदं विष्णु विचारमे त्रिधानि तते पदं समुद्रमस्य पागुसुरे त्रीणि पदा विचक्रमे विष्णुर्गोपादाव्या अतो धर्माणि धारयन् विष्णु कर्माणि पश्यत यतो वृतानि पश्पसे इन्द्रस्य युञ्जः सखाः तद्विष्णोः परमं पदगुं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्यः दिवीव चक्षुरा ततं तद्विप्रस्थो विपर्यवो जागृहागुं ससमिङ्गते विष्णुर्यः परमं पदम्। प्रेमवतराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वनन्दः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ प्रेमवतराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वनन्दः प्रचोदयात्। प्रेमवतराय विद्महे सद्गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विश्वनन्दः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ॐ भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। श्रीकृष्ण विष्णु मधुसूदन केतवारे नारायण अच्युत त्रिविक्रम चार्तपाले तेजादि सहस्रधर श्रीधर वासुदेवा गोपाल कृष्ण हरये तव सुप्रभातम्। श्री रुक्मिणी सभवनाथ हरे मुरारे राधेश गोपेश स्वरूप ब्रह्मादिवाच श्रीकाय काश्यप वकुन्द पते भुवनैकमूर्ते गोपाल देव हरये तव सुप्रभातम्। Krishna Achyutananda Mukunda Shori Radha Manora Janardana Shakrapane Namami Divya Munayunani Samadanti Brahmi Murta Samaye Rama Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhata Ye Patanti Arnisham Buri Krutama Papa Shri Krishna Graiturgam Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadirajir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Chintamani Prakara Salma Sukalpa Vriksha Raksha Vriteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrata Saivyamana Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Venam Kvanantam Aravinda Dalayatasham Varavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarantam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Alola Chandra Kalasarpanamala Vamshi Ratna Gadam Pranaya Keli Kalavihasam Shamam Tribankalalitam Niyata Prakasha Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vritimati Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimaya Sadhujala Vigrasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Advaitam Achyutam Anadivam Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atmavato Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Pantastu Koji Shatavasara Sampragamyo Vayo Ratapi Malasomuni Kungavanam Sopyasti Aprapane Sinya Vishinta Tate Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ekopya Sora Chaitam Jagadanda Koti Yashakti Rasya Jagadanda Chayaya Danta Pantantarasta Paramanu Chayantarasta Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Yapava Bhavita Diyo Manujasta Deva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Purusha Shruteryameva Nigama Pratitestu Vanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavis Abhirya Eva Nija Rupa Taya Kalavi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilakva Bhuto Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yashama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupa Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamam विश्वशेषवसुधारि विभूतिदीना ताकामनिष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि मायाहि यस्य जगदानशतानि सुते त्रैगुण्यतातिशयभेदवितायमाना सात्वावलम्बि परसात्वविशूरसर्वा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसात्मकया मनसो या प्राणिनां प्रतिपदं स्मरतामुपेत्या लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयाचचास्रा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोलोकनाम्नि निजदाम्नि तले च तस्या देवी महेश हरिधामसुतेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिशया वीतश्च येन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि श्री प्रलय साधन शक्तिरेखा जयेव यस्य भुवनानि विभक्ति दुर्गा ईचानुरूपमपि यस्य शते शतेषा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि श्रीरम्यतादतिविकारविशेषयोगा सञ्जायते नैकथा पृथगस्त्रिनिरितो या सम्भुतामपि कथा समुपैति कार्या गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि दीपाचिरेवैकसान्तरमामुपेता दीपायते विवृतहेतुसमानधर्मा यास्ताविकेवैष विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यकारणानवचने भजते स्म योगा नीतामनन्तजगदाण्डसरोमकूपा आधारशक्तिमवम्यपरस्वमूर्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यस्यैकनिशसितकालमतावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदाङ्गनाथा विष्णुर्महान् यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि भस्मान्यदश्वशतलेषु निजेषु तेषां श्रियं किया प्रकटया जपितां तत्र रामाय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि यत्पादपालवयुगां विनिनाय कुम्भा वन्दे प्रणामसमये सकलाधिराजा विज्ञामि आत्मनमस्य जगत्त्रयश्च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमां भजामि अग्निमयी गगनमां मरुदिशस्या तालस्ततात्ममनसि tamam bhajami. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anajirajir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govindamaji Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindamaji Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Gurudev. This morning we have verse 32, chapter 2, from Canto 8 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Namami me jnataya aturam gajaha kuta karinya prabhavanti mochitam grahena pashena vidato avrato pyayam chatam yami paramparayanam. The other elephants, who are my friends and relatives, could not rescue me from this danger. What then to speak of my wives? They cannot do anything. It's by the will of Providence that I've been attacked by this crocodile, and therefore I shall seek shelter of Krishna, who is always the shelter of everyone, even of great personalities. So, I'm sure all of you know this story. It's the story of Gajendra, the mighty elephant, who was dragged into the lake by the crocodile Makara. And they fought and fought for such a long time, pulling one another in and out of the water. And the Bhagavatam says that while they were fighting, 1,000 years passed. And eventually, Gajendra became depleted of all of his strength. And then finally he called to Narayana, who came to his rescue. And Narayana saved Gajendra by flying on Garuda and throwing his Sudarshana chakra and chopping off the head of the crocodile. So, what's the meaning of this story? We think we're so strong and powerful, and we love to count on our own strength, and we like to depend on other people to help us out. But we're at the mercy of Maya. Maya is pulling us and dragging us into its lair, and we let ourselves be drawn into it, unless or until we take shelter at the feet of Bhagavan. As long as you hold on your own strength, as long as you hold on your own limitation, God can't help you. Surrender was impossible as long as Gajendra was relying on his own strength. Narayana could not rescue him. And then eventually he did take shelter to Narayana, and he remembered the Lord was his only option, and only then can the Lord step in and help. And the story of Draupadi is similar to this. First, she held on to her sari really strongly. She held on to her own power, her own dignity. And when did Krishna help her? Only when she surrendered, when she lifted her hands up and cried Govinda. Only when she let go completely did Bhagavan reveal himself and could he act. And then the miracle happened. The endless flow of sari manifested to cover her. I'm going to tell you about an experience which is seemingly quite small and minor, but quite significant for me in terms of its impact. I was asked to speak recently in a Darshan with hundreds of people here about an experience in my life which was pretty dramatic and something that I could easily be judged for. And the fear of judgment is partly what's prevented me from speaking about it so openly. Also, I've had a big fear of public speaking. I've been petrified of this. So the combination of these two things couldn't have been much worse for me. It's like being exposed, being naked, like Draupadi, her sari being wrenched from her. But on this occasion, I just accepted the invitation without much thought. I felt strongly it was something that I wanted to be willing to speak about and that I should do. And I got up in front of the Darshan hall close to Guruji, and I told the story. And what happened, and what has happened with public speaking, is amazingly with this very little effort of showing some willing, and 2 or 3 temple satsangs that I've done, most of the public fear of speaking has gone. It's not my doing. All I did was take a small step and be somewhat willing to do something. And I really feel the grace of Guruji has been with me. And in telling the story in Darshan, I had the same outcome in a much more petrifying situation. I offered the result to him, and he gave me something incredible that wasn't quite clear until afterwards. Someone came up to me afterwards, in fact a few people did, asked me a lot of questions and said I was brave for telling the story. And it was only then that I noticed I'd been completely unaffected by any thoughts of being judged. Only through this apparent tiny effort that I'd made, this willingness to do something that was so very uncomfortable for me, he'd removed this huge fear from me on a situation that was really quite major for me, like having an endless flow of sari covering my fear. And then when I was up at the Panduranga Mandir afterwards, Guruji was passing after the end of Darshan, and he quite simply said, "I liked your story, very nice." So that was just the gentle, sweet affirmation that I needed, that everything was okay anyway, by which time, of course, I didn't need it. So we act and he responds. This is the grace of the Master. This is the opportunity we have with him. But for so long, I've sat so uncomfortably behind this fear of being judged. And through this experience, I've noticed something that Guruji often speaks about. We hold on to our problems. We like to hold on to it. We don't want to let go. We may want something to disappear from our lives. We may want it to be over. But at the same time, we hold tight onto it. We hold on to everything tightly. Like Draupadi, we hold on to things. Like Gajendra, we hold on to our own strength. And this runs so deep. Our whole identity is based on this principle, right down to every thought that we have. We hold on so tight to every aspect of ourselves. Our thoughts justify our reality. They reinforce who we think we are. We hold on especially tightly to our mind, and we fear what will happen if we let go of it. We hold on so tightly to our whole ego. We don't want to let it go. There's this big I that thinks it's so in control of everything. I am holding on to everything. I'm holding on to my strength. I'm holding on. I don't want to let go because this is so dear to me. I don't want to let go of this idea because it reinforces me and making me feel good. And I've realized recently how very deeply attached we are to every aspect of ourselves. Sometimes those that we're aware of, and other times things that we're not aware of. I actually held on to this fear of being judged. I held on tight to this part of me. I hid behind it. And by identifying with a problem, we just reinforce our attachment to it, even if we want to remove it from our lives. But the desire to remove it just causes us to be more attached to it. And then we try to do something about it. We're so stuck in the drama and the problem that we get even more entangled. We're firmly stuck in Maya. We think we're so strong and powerful that we can try and save ourselves, like Gajendra with his almighty strength, trying to pull himself out of the water, like Draupadi holding onto her sari. And we only call the Lord as a last resort because we like to hold on to our ego. We're so attached to it. We even forget God exists in this situation. We meditate on the problem, as Guruji says, and our ego makes us think we're in control of everything. So we forget that God is our only saviour. And when does the miracle happen? Only when we let go of this ego identity. Only when Draupadi let go of everything and lifted her hands up, the miracle happened. The miracle happens when your mind is free. We want to solve the problem, but we're actually just too attached to it to be able to solve it. As Krishna said in the Gita, the mind is undoubtedly chaotic and hard to subdue, but by repeated practice and renunciation, it can be brought under control. It's very difficult to solve a problem, to transcend the mind, but with practice and detachment, it's possible. Because it's the natural inclination of the mind to attach to things, especially if it's focused on the outside. It attaches itself to these things. So how do we become detached? We focus it on something higher. We can't solve a problem by staying on the same level as the problem, Guruji tells us, because your mind will vibrate on the same frequency. You have to rise above the frequency of the problem to find the solution. So we have to rise above the problem. We have to let go of these ideas that we've held so tightly onto. When you're ignorant, you hold on to things thinking that you define who you are, define what makes you happy. But only when the mind has transcended this ego, one remembers God. It takes a certain awakening, so you let go of how you're used to seeing the world, and your perspective transforms. It's not just saying, I'm detached. It's a transformation that would happen within to awake to your true self. And Guruji talks so often about this idea of being yourself. He said recently in a satsang about what it is like to be in an ashram. Don't think it's an easy thing to be in an ashram. He said, because you can't be yourself. You have to be beyond yourself. You have to be truly who you are to be able to be in an ashram. So what does this actually mean? It seems we have to become something other than what we already are. We hold on to our fears. We hold on to our identity. We don't do things that cause us to face our fears. We do things that enable us to hide behind ourselves. And when we can't hide, we feel exposed and naked. Who are we really? When would you really express what you have inside of you when you're constantly judging yourself, Guruji says? If we carry on pretending, when will we be ourselves? He tweeted recently, when the Master looks deep into your eyes, do you have the courage to be transparent in your heart? Often you try to hide. You cower because you've done something that you yourself are not proud of. This becomes a cycle of pain and suffering. You can't let go because you don't change and you won't let the Guru help you. Do you know how to break out of this vicious cycle? Learn to accept yourself the way you are. So to be yourself means accepting yourself. It means to step into our fears, to be bold and courageous, to stop hiding from ourselves, to be sincere, to be completely honest, to transcend your identification with your ego. Being yourself takes to be detached, detaching from those aspects of us that we are truly not. To be yourself means to be naked, to be stripped of our ego identity, stripped of those elements of ourselves that we think protect us and give us safety. To be yourself means to be vulnerable in front of God and in front of ourselves. To be yourself means to be fearless. Like Prahlad standing in front of the Lord, everyone was fearful of the Lord except for him. This is what we're being prepared for. So the irony is that to be ourselves, we need to become ourselves. We need to change. And only then will we be ready to surrender. Because to surrender means to be completely exposed. Guruji said in a satsang, you have come with a certain potential. You've come to do a certain duty here. You have to be yourself. The problem is that everyone is sitting in their own comfort zone. They don't want to go out of that comfort zone. They don't want to engage due to fear. But that is not who you are. This is not your potential. You're restricting yourself. Like a New Year's resolution, everyone has a certain resolution, but no one wants to be themselves. No one wants to be their true self. You are love, and to love is not something which is difficult, but what makes it difficult is the judgment. And then another quote from Guruji. In the same way, you think the delusion you have fed yourself is you. Since small, you've fed yourself with a certain delusion that you can't go out of. How great God has taken to make you unique. How much energy God has used to make you unique. You don't need to be like everyone else. You can bring your own potential, your own quality, your own joy. You can bring your own contribution to this world. When you realize that, your potential will awake. Everyone wants to pretend. Deep inside, you know it's not you. So stop. Be authentic towards yourself. Be who you are. God has put you on the spiritual path. Lucky are you. He has brought you to the feet of the Master. Not everyone has the chance for that. Take that chance and grow. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Jai Govinda Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, O Radhe Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe 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 Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Gopala, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Krishna Madhusudana, Madhusudana Krishna, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Radhe 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 Govinda Gopala, Jaya Govinda Radhe 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 Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Govinda Govinda Gopala, Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharmikarataya Mangala Mangala Me Prapati Dharmikarataya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Saligrama Pratisthitaya Mangala Mangala Me Vidanta Darini Goragrajaya Mangala Mangala Me Vidanta Darini Goragrajaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Rangesha Kankarataya Mangala Mangala Me Rangesha Kankarataya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Daridharaya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Daridharaya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Mangala Mangala Me Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Janon ke Santaka Das Janon ke Santaka Jana mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Jo Dyave Parapave Dukha Vinase Manaka O Swami Dukha Vinase Manaka Sukha Sampati Karave Sukha Sampati Karave Ashtami Jai Kanaka Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Mata Pita Tuma Mere Sharan Gaon Mein Ki Saki O Swami Sharan Gaon Mein Ki Saki Tuma Bina Aur Na Duja Tuma Bina Aur Na Duja Aasa Karu Mein Ki Saki Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Tuma Purana Paramatma Tuma Antarayami O Swami Tuma Antarayami Parabrahma Parameshwara Parabrahma Parameshwara Tuma Sabake Swami Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Tuma Karuna Ke Sagar Tuma Palana Karata O Swami Tuma Palana Karata Me Sevaka Tuma Swami Me Sevaka Tuma Swami Kripa Karo Varata Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Tuma Eka Gochar Sabake Pranapati O Swami Sabake Pranapati Isa Viti Milun Dayaman Isa Viti Milun Kripa Vikaramitam Paparo Deva Swami Paparo Deva Shada Bhakti Badao Shada Prema Badao Santana Ki Seva Om Jai Jagadisha Jana Mana Jana Samay Tera Swami Saba Kuch hai Tera Swami Saba Kuch hai Tera Tera Tujhko Arpan Tera Tujhko Arpan Jala Ge Mera Om Jai Jagadisha Om Jai Jagadisha Swami Jai Jagadisha Bhakta Janon ke Sankat Das Janon ke Sankat Janam Dur Kare Om Jai Jagadisha Mare Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Mare Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Oh Chakar Rago Chakar Rago Chakar Rago Ji Chakar Rago Chakar Rago Chakar Rago Ji Mane Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Shama Mane Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Govinda Mane Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Giridhari Lala Chakar Rago Ji Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravina Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Vidyurma Amrita Kamaya Om Shanti 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 Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om